Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Swati, and today we are going to discuss the book called The Forest of Enchantments by Chitra Banerjee Deva Karuni. I always mess up her last name. I should correct myself. So I read it. It's a mythological retelling of Ramayana. Those of you who don't know it, it doesn't matter. You can read it even if you don't know the story of Ramayana. But for me, Ramayana was a very big part of my childhood. I remember when I was a child, we used to have this stack of cassettes of Ramanand Sagar's Ramayana, and I think my father bought it, and we used to religiously sit and watch each and every cassette. So it was kind of like something that I grew up with. So you can say that I am very familiar with the story, as many of us Indians are. So one of the things that this book did was that I always saw these people in Ramayana as deity, and that's how I saw these people. So what the Forest of Enchantments does is it makes our deity into humans, and it presents their story in very human manner. There are still fantasy element to it, there is mystic to it, but it's very human. So in the first page, it is kind of referred to as Sitayan, like Ramayan is Sitayan. That's how to pronounce it, right? Yeah, so it's like she is reclaiming the story. She is trying to tell her part of the story, and that's what we get to see. First, I need to talk about the prose of the book, because I think Chitra Banerjee, I'm not going to say the last name because I always mess it up, but Chitra Banerjee has this talent of writing, which is perfect for writing mythological stories, because it's very lyrical, very evocative, very grand, and yet accessible. So it works perfectly with the story, it works perfectly with the grandeur that it needs, and yet understanding that it needs. And it's something that I also saw in The Palace of Illusions, which was Mahabharat's retelling from Draupadi's perspective. It's very beautiful, it's poignant and evocative. The story follows Sita from her childhood and how she grew up in Mithila with her parents, and then how she got married to Ram, and then she moved to Ayodhya, and what it was like for her in Ayodhya, and then the 14 years banishment in the forest, and 1 year when she spent in Ashok Vatika, when Ravan kidnapped her. Then they returned to Ayodhya, and then again her banishment to the forest by Ram. And it's all very familiar, it's all what you knew, but what this book did is tell what she felt at that time. So when you read Ramayana, which I have not done, I will someday, but I have heard it from my mother, like she used to read and I used to listen to it, and it's all about how karma and what is the right thing to do, and all those grand and big issues, big things that the epic tried to inculcate into the people. It was never about the person that it was happening to. Like, this was a woman who went through so much in her life, and why? Like, it for no fault of her own, and what she felt, how she felt, is something that should be read about. And I am so glad that I read this book, because it does talk about that, and it talks about much more than that. It explores the themes of love and sacrifice and duty, and with that, gender roles. And while reading this book, you can feel Sita's love for Ram, her anguish, her anger, her sacrifice, her pain, and I cried at the end. So you can imagine, it was like, I know what is going to happen, but I still cried at the end. And it was very moving, particularly because I think I could relate to it, not because it happened to me, but because I can see it happening with women. So let's get into what I didn't like in this book, and like not didn't like, it's like more like it irked me. It's very Indian thing when you see someone as gods. So we address them as Ramji and Sita Mata. So we see them as parents. And it was similar feeling. There were intimate scenes between Ramji and Sita Mata. And I used to very instinctively wanted to look away because it made me feel weird and I didn't like those parts. Also, I kind of felt a problem with the part where where when Ravan kidnapped Sita ji, and there was this 1 year she spent in Ashok Vatika, and there was this angle. I have heard stories of how Sita ji could be Mandodari's daughter, and so kind of like Ravan's daughter, and it was very weird because I get it that she explored that topic because it is part of very like so many stories. I have heard different stories, different version of stories that is related to Ramayan, and I get it. But so what I'm trying to say is, when that was being explored, it felt weird because 1 minute Ravan came to Sita ji and is like he wants her to accept his proposal of being his queen, and I think Chitra Banerjee kind of faltered here for me, at least, that she at the end when Ravan dies, and if it's a spoiler for you, please click away. Mandodari tells him that, oh, I think she's our daughter that you had ordered to kill as a child, and I sent her away, and now she is here and she is Sita. And Ravan is like, yeah, I could feel that I had this connection with her. And I was like, but wasn't that sexual? It's like, now we can't make it about reverence. It was not reverence, it was lust. And I think if they had taken one of the angles, like they tried to do many things, like they tried to make Ravan many things, and it kind of, I guess it that they tried, like she tried to make it seem like Ravan has all these personalities and facets to his personality, and I understand it, but it's very contradicting that at the end of his lifetime he's like, yeah, I kind of believe that she is my daughter, and it was weird. And I also feel that the book fell short because of, like, Ramayana is very grand epic and it could not accommodate, so it would be wrong to say that it explored every woman's feeling, like Kaikeyi or Mandodari or Surpanakha, because it couldn't. It was not physically possible for it to do. That was just Sita ji's perspective, and I think it's fine. You can't explore everyone's feeling in like 300 pages of books. So that's all the problems that I had with the book. So let's get into what I really liked about this book. What I liked is the humanness in it. So whenever the mythological stories are told, it's always in, like, there's this pink shade, I don't know how to say it, but if there's this shade on your eyes and you see these people larger than life and you can't say that, oh, they did that bad. And this book called them out on that. Like, even though Ram was this person who was righteous and he wanted justice in his land, but at the end he failed as a husband, he failed as a justice holding king. Because if you knew that your wife was innocent, was pure, and you had seen the fire god himself proving that, then there was no reason at all for you to hold what a washerman, a gossip monger was saying and may take action on that. Like, how is that feasible? Every time someone gossips about something, even though you know it's wrong, if you take action in favor of that gossip, then I don't think you are that great of a king. And I love how Sita ji at the end took hold of her own and didn't back down, refused to do the fire trial. And I in that scene I cried. I could see, I could feel the rage, the anguish, the love, I guess, and the disappointment in her voice. And I loved that part. I really did. And for that only I would suggest for you to read it, because I think the first half of the book is not that interesting when she is like a child and when she was newly married. But later half, when she got kidnapped, was amazing. That's where she grew as a woman, as a person, and yeah, I really loved it. So if you have read the book, please tell me how did you feel about this book, because I have so many thoughts, and because I am so I grew up with this story, so I have so many things that I found in it, and so many things that I was like, oh, I have heard this story. Like, there are so many versions of this story floating around, and it's very fun to catch them in this story. So I would say it's a must read for anyone who loves reading mythological stories and book with complex, strong woman character. It gives you a new perspective on a story that you already know. And yeah, tell me if you read it, and tell me if you liked it, and what did you think of it. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.